Hey everybody, it's Beauchamp and welcome to my home. I am so excited that you're here to join me for a dynamic conversation. So Vaseline has teamed up with brand ambassador Regina King to form the Equitable Skincare for All campaign. And this campaign was designed to bring awareness and education and information to the Black and Brown communities about the disparities that exist for us in skincare. So we'll be joined by some dynamic dermatologists as they share their stories and their insights to inform how we can take better care of our skin. The Equitable Skincare campaign, why is it so important right now, Dr. Robinson?
You know, Ty, I think that it's always been important, but I think the events of this past year have really emphasized to us how important this is to do now. And I think that the efforts are going to take more than just one dermatologist and one doctor. It's really going to take a community effort. So I'm really glad that Vaseline has chosen to take this partnership on with Hude to really propel this forward because it's a much needed conversation.
And I think on that note, it's a perfect time to invite in another amazing champion connected to this project, Dr. Love, who is a dermatologist out of New York.
Hi guys, thank you for having me.
What are some other conditions and issues that you see happen uniquely for us?
For me, I think it's so important because the way that I became introduced to dermatology is because I myself actually struggled with pretty severe acne for 4 years. My mom took me to dermatologist after dermatologist after dermatologist. You know, I know as a dermatologist now that acne is not the hardest thing to treat, but there was obviously something that was very lost in communication between me and these other providers until 4 years later, I finally found a Black dermatologist in Birmingham, and my skin was clear within 2 months. It's a struggle enough to have a skin condition, but at least you don't have to struggle to find someone who wants to help you get better.
And who understands and knows
not
those
even
cultural competencies.
Exactly. I was going to say it's not even like wanting to help you get better, but understanding the way to deliver that information to where you can actually take it home and be proactive with that information versus there being this like disconnect of I want to help you but I don't understand like why you're not doing what I told you to do.
In urban areas like Dr. Love and I are in, air pollution we're finding really drives a lot of flares and can contribute to some of the higher rates that we are seeing in communities of color. And I think with eczema it's tricky. There's a lot of different layers and factors to it. I know in my patients I often hear that they're just very frustrated that they've been to multiple doctors and tried lots of different treatments and nothing seems to be helping to make it better. And that speaks to definitely the cultural competency that we were talking about earlier, but also that this condition in particular is very chronic, and for some, especially for Black patients, it can be a little resistant to treatment, and we often have to go through phases of treatment to get to an area where we can have some control of this.
Yeah, and I think also because eczema is such a chronic condition and it can sometimes be frustrating because sometimes parents or patients feel like, oh, it's just not going away. That's again where that kind of cultural competency, like that ability to relate to your provider, relate to your physician, so that you guys can sit down and have a conversation and explain like this is what this is how this course is, and that they can feel comfortable.
You know, this partnership between Hude and Vaseline is so critical to help the community know doctors that know who you are, understand who you are. It ultimately aims to be a resource and to inform and help us to start to think about skincare differently, but also to provide resources to Black and Brown communities to know what we have access to in terms of healthcare and skincare.